everyone, and welcome back to the definitive source for all things sports betting. You are watching In The Crosshairs. I'm your host, Ali Melendez, and we missed you all last week, but I hope everybody had a very lovely holiday. And do not worry, we are back to bring you a nice little dose of all the latest news and info you need to win some nice New Year's money off the sports you love. And we have a lot of sports to talk about. NBA is already somehow back. We have the final week of regular season NFL, NCAA football, and basketball. We have a ton to talk about, and I have some of the expert line sniper team here to do just that. So first up, you know him, you love him. It's America's sports betting sweetheart, Mr. Joey Knish. Joey, how are things? How are the holidays for you?
It's been too long. Happy holidays. I'm glad, half the show has recovered from the Rona. So, I'm glad everybody's still, alive and well, and we're ready to get it going here. Now that we got enough sports going on here, this is just a beautiful time of year.
Alive, well, and talking about sports is where I always aim to be. And of course, back once again on the other side of the table, it's our very own Philly fanatic, Mr. Ronnie P. Ron, how are you? Ready to talk about some basketball? Your Sixers tip off in a few hours.
Oh, listen, this is the best time of sports. You got college football, the NBA is back, NFL playoffs. This is the best time. Let's go. I'm ready to go, Allie. I'm ready.
Awesome. Well, obviously, we're going to talk about all of that and more in just a little bit. But first, I want to remind all of you watching at home, if you need more of our sports betting content, just check out linesniper.com for absolutely everything you need to bet smarter. We've got our betting tools and calculators, pro betting courses, and some new content to get you ready for this whole basketball season. So linesniper.com, check all of that out right there. But all right, no more time for those shameless plugs. We want to only talk about sports. So let's do that. Let's move on with the show and of course talk about football. Having too many sports to talk about, we want to start right with the football season, right? Stay here. That's winding down. Let's stay and keep focused on that. And because it's the last week of this incredibly weird regular season, we are looking at a whole lineup of games with implications for the wild card and the postseason. But guys, let's talk about the AFC to start us off for the day, and we'll talk about the AFC South. Now we have two teams still in contention for the divisional title, the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts, both sitting at 10-5. Now, the Titans are up against the Texans this week, and the Colts face off against the Jaguars. So if the Titans win or the Colts lose, they win the whole division, whereas the Colts need to win their game and the Titans have to lose. So guys, what do you see here in these games? Are there any lines left to be snatched up? And how are we going to walk away with some AFC money? Knish, what you got?
Knish. No. I listen. Listen, I'm back. It's a little lag, but you can't keep me away. I'm going here with the Titans. And listen, I hate to say it because I was a Colts guy all year, but the bottom line is I'm hearing some info from the KNISH'S that the Deshaun Watson might not play this week. He banged up last week. I don't think he's going to go this week. I don't think really the Texans had much of it. Even if he is playing, they've been playing some awful football the last few weeks. But no Watson, and this is DOA, dead on arrival. It's over. For me, it's the Titans or nothing. And I like the Colts win my whole team all year. I hate to say this, but if the info is good and Watson's not playing, that's a wrap. Titans are going to roll with it, and they'll win the
So Knish,
same way here, baby.
Are you saying that Ronnie P was right? Because I remember the last time I was on In The Crosshairs that you said that the Colts were going to beat the Titans on Thursday night, and they did. I give you mad props for that. They did. But I told you that the Titans would win the division. And why? Because Phillip Rivers is a bum. I don't trust 100-year-old quarterbacks. He just sits in the pocket. He just stands there. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Dude, they had the Steelers dead to rights. They should have won that game. You know why they lost that game, Knish? You want to know why they lost that game? Because they had 5 sacks, 1 interception, 1 fumble. Rivers sucks. He's done. Like I told you, the Titans are going to win the division. Like I told you all along. So give me credit for that. Give me props. Yes, Ronnie P. You were right, Ronnie P. Give me props, my man. Where's my props?
Here's the issue. Here's
Okay,
the
well,
issue.
well, first
I
I
know
wanna hear the
Ronnie's
issue.
swinging
I
it
do wanna
hot
hear the
today. He's
issue.
getting a little better. Here's the issue. We're gonna move to the next division on the and when we go forward. Yeah, I'm not gonna say Ronnie was right. We're gonna go to the next division so we can discuss some more professional. We're both on the Titans, so we'll both take a
Okay.
dub there, and it'll be
Okay.
basically 1-1 here going into the next division.
All right, gentlemen, break it up. So the boys say the Titans, and hey, so do I. Look at this little grief fest we have here. So lovely little consensus to start us off. Now, look, we've talked about this division way more than it freaking deserves. But look, we've already talked about it so much. Let's just finish it off one last time. Let's talk about the NFC East. Yes, we've got Ronnie's Eagles, my Giants, Chris's Washington team, and KNISH'S Cowboys. And guys, we might be the worst division, but all of these teams can somehow still clinch besides the Eagles, Ronnie. I'm sorry. But we have the Cowboys up against the Giants. I'm just going to be honest here. And of course, it's me versus you, Knish, baby. And then the Washington and the Eagles facing off. So, Ronnie, who wins this week, and does the Washington football team somehow walk out with the divisional title? Talk to me before Knish tells some wild story about how the Cowboys are going to win. I can't right now.
Well, Allie, selfishly,
Set me up,
I have the
Ronnie.
Washington. I'm gonna set it up for you, brother. I selfishly have the Washington Redskins. Oh, the Washington football team to win the division. Great pick, Danny. Thank you. You're gonna have Washington go on the road against the Eagles defense with a third-string quarterback, perhaps. And I'm still going to take Washington. The Eagles defense is horrible. You know what? As an Eagle fan, we just need the season to be over with. Jalen Hurts is not the answer. I don't. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. I don't know. But the book is out on him yet. His first game, he played great. Now teams know what to do, know what he doesn't like. And Washington's defense is going to be way too strong for that Eagle team, man. I don't care if Alex Smith is playing. I don't care if the third-string quarterback's playing. That defense is too strong. I'm going with Washington to win the division. Sorry, Eagle fans. Just how it is. And that's good for us because we get a top 5 pick, and we need a top 5 pick. Let's get rid of Howie. Let's rebuild through the draft. Let's get going for next season. So let's go Washington.
That's
Right
cute,
or
Ron.
wrong?
That's cute. Hold on, folks. Did you see that? What is it? Hold on, shovel some dirt on it. It's Ronnie P in an Eagles jersey that we buried him last week. Well, Cowboys, my Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Buried Ronnie P. And then what happens this week? Oh, poor, Ellie Melendez. Oh, she's so sweet in that. What's going to happen to her? She's going to be right next to Ronnie in the ditch. Once we take down the Cowboys, the football team loses. And what happens? What happens? What happened? What we all thought would happen. What Knish told you preseason from week 1, all the ways come full circle. You thought we were dead. You thought everybody's laughing at Knish Cowboys. And what's going to happen? Week 17, the Cowboys come all the way back, baby, without Dak. For a lot of the year, with all the injuries, win the division. And not only that, we get to do it when Ronnie and Allie thought they were so close. Like, oh, we're gonna win. Our terrible football teams got lucky and we're gonna win the division.
Knish, I got a quick question for you.
What happens in the end? Knish comes through. Cowboys win the division. They beat the hapless G-Men. Football team loses to the Eagles. And Knish wins again. That's just how it happens.
You not
I'm sorry. It's the way the universe is. I feel terrible for you guys, but
Knish,
it's a Cowboys. It's a Cowboys division title.
Have you not watched our defense? You've not watched our defense. You really think this defense can stop Washington? Like, honest to God, man, like our secondary is horrible right now.
Hey, listen, Ronnie, you found Jalen. If you would have went to Jalen Hurts 2 months ago, you might be sitting here holding a division title. Instead, this is the worst part. Not only did we bury you last week, now you're going to help us win the division this week, beating the football team. And it's the way, this has really worked out terrible for you. I feel for you. I finished you off last week. Now you set us up to win the division this week. It's a tough 2 weeks for Ronnie P in the NFC East. I got to tell you, he deserves it because the Cowboys were all going to win it the whole time. So.
You know you're nothing if not freaking committed to the Cowboys. Even your lag couldn't stop that commitment. Other than that, obviously 2-week period where you kind of hated Dallas for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, you've been pretty ride or die. So I.
He's the loyal man. He's loyal.
To that.
No. You've been a ride or die. I really respect that. And personally, I think those dreams do die this weekend. Same with, I guess, apparently me and Ronnie P in the ditch together, but that's fine. And we'll see.
Right.
So Knish says, go Cowboys. Ronnie likes Washington. But guys, let's move on to the future. Now, guys, we mentioned it earlier, but there's a lot of sports going on right now. I mean, NFL, NCAA, basketball, and football. And yes, NBA is back after, like a month off. But anyway, we have so much to talk about here, and I want to kind of lump some of this together and see what you are thinking about in the futures market. So we've got long shot NBA picks, some NFL playoff picks, college basketball, literally whatever you guys want to talk about here, it is all on the table. Now, Knish, you're the man with the futures portfolio. What's worth a buy before the new year? Kick it off.
Here, we're going to open up the portfolio. And what's made us the money this year? Every week in a show, the Southeastern Conference. We're going to SEC territory. And I placed some, I think this number is a little short. There's some minus 143 around, minus 150. I took Alabama to win the national title. I think basically you square against Notre Dame. Even if Notre Dame brings the A game, even if they cover, I don't see a scenario where Notre Dame can win this game outright. So you're going to the title, and I think they'll be heavier chalk than that. As worst case scenario, you can take a Clemson or Ohio State as a little bit of a hedge. ATS, if it's plus 4.5, plus 7, something along that, depending on who they're playing in the national title game. But I think Bama is the goods. They've been the best team all year. They've got the best players, the most NFL talent, best offense, best defense in the college football playoff. And you're getting a layup game one against Notre Dame. So I laid it with some Bama to win the Natty. And Ronnie, baby, give me a little, listen, I know that's a little chalky, but Ronnie's got one that even I don't hate here in the association. Give it to me.
Yeah, I was very shocked that you liked this. I was like, what? Knish is on my side for once? I'm like, what? All right, hear me out, people. Hear me out. We're talking about division winners. We're talking about the Southwest Division. Now, for the past couple of years, the Houston Rockets own that division. Not this year. Their best player once out. He's throwing balls at rookies' heads. Houston Rockets aren't going to win that division, so they're out. The Memphis, they're not ready yet. They're young. They're not ready. The San Antonio Spurs are rebuilding. So we're pretty much down to two teams, the Dallas Mavericks and the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, Luka is a great player. I love Luka, man. Like, I'm telling you right now, dude, if I could start a franchise with any young player, Luka would be my first choice. He's that freaking good. I love Luka. However, I don't like Luka's supporting cast. Porzingis is great, but is he going to play ever? He never plays. He's always hurt. Richardson, trust me, I'm a Sixer fan. He's okay. He's not your second player. He's not a Scottie Pippen. He's not that player like that. Who else do they have? Willie Cauley-Stein, Trey Burke. Come on, you really trust that team? Now let's talk about the New Orleans Pelicans, people. Not Zion Williams, because I'm not on the Zion train yet. I think he's a nice young player, but I'm not there yet. You know who I love on the Pelicans, man? I love Brandon Ingram, and Brandon Ingram has become the player that the Lakers fans thought he's going to be. Averaging 26 a game, he can do it all, man. This kid is nice. Lonzo Ball, now that Drew Holiday is gone, it's Lonzo's show. I'm not saying Lonzo's an all-star, but he's a capable point guard whose shooting range has increased every season, and he's a great floor general. And I love their supporting cast. I love Eric Bledsoe, Josh Hart, Steven Adams, JJ Redick. I love that team. And again, Zion Williams, the kitty gloves are off. He's not under minute restrictions anymore. So at plus 550 for them to win the division, why not? So guys, put your money, put it on the New Orleans Pelicans to win the division. Thank me later at the end of the season. You're welcome.
All right, well, thank you. There we go, Ronnie. Starting us off nice and strong with some futures right at the beginning of the season. So keep your eyes on Ronnie's picks, guys. Those prices jump a lot in the early season, so you might see a nice little bump there. And while we're talking about this NBA season, which literally feels like it just ended and started back up again, let's talk about these games. We've got 10 more games tonight because the NBA just took no time again to jump right back into it at full speed. So Ronnie, I know you're excited about the season, so you're gonna lead us on in this topic. Your Sixers are in action. So are the Heat, Pelicans, and everyone's favorite team. Just kidding. The Knicks literally suck. Let's go Nets! So who do you like tonight, Ronnie? I thought you guys would catch me faster on that. Who do you like tonight, Ronnie? And do you have any sweet little prop picks for us as well? Take it away.
Yeah, so you know what, at the beginning of the season, I don't go big because right now the coaches are trying to figure out their rotation. They're trying to see what's going on. But I do like the Sixers minus 1.5 tonight against the Raptors. Raptors, man, they're a good team, but they're 0-2. They're going to come out swinging tonight. But here's the thing about the Raptors. What did they do in the offseason? Their best player is 34 years old now. His best days are behind him. They lost Ibaka. I love Siakam, but Siakam showed you in the playoffs that he's not a franchise guy yet. Sixers are healthy. Embiid's playing tonight. We got a real coach. We got some shooters on the squad now. Where Sixers are playing at home, where they are unbeatable. You hear me, Knish? They are unbeatable at home. So give me the Sixers -1.5 tonight. I'm not going big on it. A little McDonald's money on this, but yeah, I love the Sixers -1.5 tonight. What you got, Knish?
Ron, did you happen to catch the last game versus the Cavs? Versus the lowly Cavs? I don't know if that. Okay. I don't know if you got that one or not.
Was Embiid playing?
Hey, here's the issue. Here's the issue with Joel Embiid, and here's the issue with people from Philadelphia. They're not tough. They don't know how it's like. Yeah, they go up against teams like the Raptors and that. They don't have the edge. We've seen it in the playoffs. We've seen it in the. All you got to do is, you check somebody from Philly, and they're back. Oh, my leg, or whatever ailment he had, and he's going to the bench. Listen, Toronto plays a physical brand of basketball that Philly can't step up to. That's the issue. Philly doesn't have the grit, the toughness. They're not made for games like this. They're not made for playoff runs, and that's why you've seen them go up in the playoffs and go up against real teams. They get bodied, they get checked out. They don't have that edge. And that's a Philly cultural thing that I don't think the team can hang.
Wow.
So unfortunately, no, I'm on the Raps. Siakam, like Nick and the boys. So yeah, no, you can't sell me on any Philly anything.
Knish.
Did the Eagles? Did they win the division? Oh, well, that's right. They lost to the Cowboys.
Vicious out there in Detroit, huh? Well, Knish can't quit the jokes or the Cowboys, and clearly Ron can't quit the Sixers. That's fine. But yeah, the 76ers they're kind of a hell of a team. I mean, if Embiid is in good form tonight and the Raptors keep playing, 0-2 is how they're playing. So Ronnie takes Embiid.
They're better than the Nets, I'll give them that, but...
Let's not go there. All right, guys, one more topic I want to talk about. And because it's a big week, it's another big topic. But I promise no more singing in this topic because let's get serious. Knish, we're going right into your wheelhouse here with a little NCAA football bowl games. Now, we have the big games, right? The Sugar Bowl between Clemson and Ohio State, then the Rose Bowl between Alabama and Notre Dame, and obviously we have the NCAA championship matchup to follow those later on. So if you want to talk about any of that, yeah, we'd love to hear it. But I don't want to box you guys in, Knish. I know you know all about the bowls that nobody gives a crap about, and you're a huge fan of the Cheez-It Bowl, the Duke's Mayo Bowl, and the Taco Bell Chalupa Fiesta, whatever bowl. But Knish, flex that college football knowledge before we only have the championship to talk about. So what are the bowl games to watch? Any bowl?
No, listen. I got a couple here. We got one premium one and one, listen, Florida, Oklahoma tomorrow. I'm all Oklahoma. I know that's in the script. I like Oklahoma when they were +3, +2.5. I took some money line. I'd still lay it. I'd still lay the money line first half, all that. Florida's best players are all opted out. Their defense is trash. I think Oklahoma rolls them. But let's go to the premium here. Let's get the people what they want. National title, semifinal, Ohio State, Clemson. I like the Buckeyes here getting over a touchdown. There's some 7.5 widely available. I played the 7.5. Here's the thing. People remember the Northwestern game. Ohio State didn't look good. Fields' thumb wasn't feeling good. They were missing their number one wide receiver, first-round NFL draft pick, Chris Olave. You saw Clemson beat Notre Dame. You're getting a bit of an inflated price here. I had this game more around 6. To get it through a touchdown and now get an Ohio State team that, they've been roughed up by Clemson a few times here. I like Ryan Day with the extra time to game plan. And for me, this is just too high. It's a couple points over. I don't think it should be 7.5. I don't think it closes over a touchdown. So for me, give me the Buckeyes. You're getting all the players back. Justin Fields, he'll be healthier. I think he'll be much improved. And don't get me wrong. It's a good Clemson team. I don't think this is a vintage elite Clemson team that they've had a few years past, a team that won a national championship a couple years ago. I think they're very good. I don't think they're 7.5 points better than Ohio State. Give me the Buckeyes. Give me the touchdown and the hook.
I guess you didn't watch the Northwestern game.
You better have a winner over there. Served it up for you.
You didn't watch him against Northwestern, did you, man? He struggled, bro. I don't know, man.
Missing players, Ronnie. Coronavirus, as you know, very serious. A lot of guys are out because of that. Doesn't make you feel good.
So listen, before you guys take any college football picks, man, just your best friend is Twitter. Follow the beat writers, see who's going to play, see who's motivated. I'm not really touching many bowl games this season because of COVID, man. Like, it's just a mess. Like, teams are turning down bids. Like, it's crazy. Like, I've never heard a team turn down a bid before. So, like, really just tread lightly on this stuff, all right? But I'm with you on Florida. They had like 4 wide receivers out. So I'm with you on that. It wouldn't be a show without a teaser, boys and girls. So I got a 3-team teaser for the college football playoffs. All right, let's go with the Orange Bowl. Texas A&M against North Carolina. Over 65, it's going to be a track meet. Mond and Howell both can light it up. North Carolina's offense is crazy, man, but their defense is trash. Their defense is garbage. They rank number 76 in opponents' points per game. So we're going over 59 if we do a 6.5 teaser. We're going with Clemson -1 against Ohio State. Knish, you're 100% right, man. I think Clemson wins, but I don't know if they beat them by 8 points. I don't. Will they beat them by 1 point? Yeah, they should. Absolutely. And I like Bama -13 against Notre Dame. Can we get Notre Dame out these playoffs? I am so sick of this fraud team. Every time they're in the playoffs, they get blown out. They've been in the New Year's Six Bowl, and they lost 3 times. They get blown out every time. Alabama should beat them by 20, but they might have a heart and say, you know what, let's not do this Notre Dame. They bring the cash flow in for us, but they'll beat them by 13. By 2 touchdowns? Yeah, absolutely. So I'm on Orange. I'm on Texas A&M over North Carolina over 59. Clemson -1, Bama -13. That's at +160. That is how you start a teaser, my friends. Boys and girls, that's the teaser of the year. Let's go. Come on, Knish. You love that, don't you?
I mean, I don't hate it. Nobody asked me, but I don't hate it. I mean, I'm not going to lie, though. I did expect a little bit more of those smaller bowl games that no one really cares about. I was kind of hoping to hear about them, but that's all right. You guys absolutely brought it. Yeah.
Honestly, like this year with COVID and everything,
Please be
like
honest,
you just
Ron
got.
P.
I'm gonna be honest with everything going on this year, man. You just gotta be careful of these small bowl games. Like,
it's true.
You don't know who's motivated, who's gonna want to play. You just don't know, and like, trust me, like that's the worst lose a game on your starting offensive lines out. Like, you don't want that. So I say stay away from the small bowl games and stick with the big stuff, guys. But the Orange Bowl, yes, it will hit. It will hit, and I do like his Florida pick. Even though he dissed my Philadelphia teams. Wait till I see you, Knish.
You guys are kind of playing nice right now. I like it. So I want to take it to playoff time, baby. No more messing around. No more Mr. Nice Guys. And guys, well, yeah, it's fine. You've had a lot of coverage here. And we're just about done. But before then, it is time for my personal favorite time of the show. Let's talk about your very best bets of the week. Now, you guys know what we're looking for here. Just the absolute best moneymaker you have. Anything from that's currently available in the wide world of sports. As crazy as it can get, it's all on the table. So, guys, let's hear those best bets. And we'll start with Mr. Knish. Joey, give me a good bet to bring in the money this new year.
You know what? There's a couple NFL Week 17. I always see, there's a lot of value. There's overreaction. There's player changeouts. So there's a number of things in Week 17 that I like quite a bit. There's a couple of teaser options as far as Tennessee we talked about earlier. I like teasing Philly up. But one that I'm going to have to go, and this is kind of reposting around some areas. Bills Dolphins. There has been some word that the Bills, I think they're going to rest 8 players. I think you see Josh Allen sit. I think you see Stephon Diggs sit.
Yep.
There was out that the Steelers have already decided that they're resting Big Ben. Now they're a 10-point dog at Cleveland. So Buffalo would already have the 2 seed locked in. And they're going up against Miami team. And I know the narrative, you need to win and all that, which normally I don't buy much into. But if they're going to be going up against the Bills, second string and Matt Barkley and no Stephon Diggs, I think the Dolphins get it done. It would make me more comfortable to see Fitzpatrick to go against game than, Alley's Bay Tua, who hasn't played very well and almost, cost him a playoff spot. But I would like to see here, them start Fitzpatrick. Either way, Dolphins, right around, it's money line right around the pick right now. I think you'll see the Dolphins close a favor in that game. If the Bills players think aren't going to play, don't play. You'll see Dolphins close as chalk. So grab that up while you can. Dolphins as a pick.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Knish. All right, Ronnie, you've been so busy with your fancy little bet with the pro show, you haven't given us your best bet in a while. So I'm expecting something juicy. Don't let me down. What you got?
I'm still shocked by him dissing the Philadelphia Sixer fans. I'm still on that. Sorry. This should be the real Sunday night game. Arizona.
True third, Ronnie.
And the fact that Jared Goff has a broken thumb, he's not going to play. How can you not go with Arizona? I mean, I really like Arizona. I mean, like they blew it on Saturday night. They totally blew that game. And if they want to make the playoffs, they got to win. They got to beat the Rams. So I do believe in Kyle Murray. I do believe in him. If he is playing, I am definitely on Arizona. I'm on that game. But for a best bet, I got to go back to the Orange Bowl. I think, like I said, Texas A&M and North Carolina, both these teams can light it up. It's at 65. I've bet North Carolina like 4 times this year. They've hit the over 3 times out of 4. The only time I lost was against Notre Dame. To give Notre Dame credit, they do have a good defense, and I don't think Texas A&M defense is as good as Notre Dame's. So for my best bet, I'm going with the Orange Bowl over 65.5. Or I think it's at 65 now. Last time I checked was 65. But it's going to be an offensive show, man. I mean, North Carolina's got 2 running backs over 1,000 yards. Hal can light it up. Mon can light it up. Let's go. Best bet, Orange Bowl over 65.5. Let's go.
Nice. All right. Well, there you go, guys. Thanks so much for those best bets, Ron and Knish. Hopefully those bets can either give you one more good bet before that ball drops or maybe just start you off nice and strong for 2021. So thank you so much for that. And thank you all for watching and joining us. Remember, you can find absolutely everything by us on linesniper.com, and go ahead and get on our YouTube channel and our socials. That's Line Sniper HQ on all platforms. We will be back with you guys next week, which is actually crazy because it's a brand new year, and of course we're going to be bringing you even more of that good sports betting advice. But until that time, this has been In The Crosshairs, brought to you by linesniper.com, your definitive resource for all things sports betting. I'm Ali Melendez, and we wish you to have the best New Year's. We'll see you in 2021.